It's the Tony Toad Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. You've been following this guy for a long time, probably. He's been making you laugh for a while, that's for sure. On the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline, it's Jeff Foxworthy. I haven't talked to Jeff before. Excited to do it. Let me grab him over there. Hey, Jeff, how are you, man?
I'm good, bud. How are you doing?
Good. Welcome back to the great state of Iowa. It's great to have.
Love the great state of Iowa.
I know you and yourself and Larry the Cable Guy, who I spoke to recently, are coming very soon to Davenport to do a show at the Adler Theater, and the buzz around that, man, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're excited. And Iowa, see, I'm a bow hunter, so Iowa's like, ooh, that's like the promised land. Yeah. Moses, take us to Iowa, please.
I love it. So, and it's also exciting today on Friday, August 26th, because yourself and Larry, we've been thinking, is officially ready to roll on Netflix, correct?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, well, we started doing a channel on Sirius Radio. We did 97, Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. We started doing that about a year and a half ago, and we were just having so much fun doing things together and coming up with new stuff. And Larry's like, we need to do a tour, because the only thing bad about being a comic is you're by yourself when you're on the road. And I'm like, all right, well, but we got to write new stuff. And we went back to just the tiny comedy clubs. 30 people in the audience with note cards in hands. And we're like, hey, is this funny? Is this funny? Is this funny? And spent about 6 or 8 months doing that, coming up with new stuff. And then we started touring together. And, the reviews were so good, and we were having so much fun doing it, and Netflix approached us and said, hey, can we film this? And I'm like, yeah, bring pizza. Well, why not? We'll film it. And it's just fun. It's, Lord, if we ever needed a laugh, it's now. And so that's kind of a cool thing is, people come backstage every night. They're like, I can't remember the last time I laughed like this. And I'm like, good. That's a good thing.
That's it. You're exactly right. I can't even, Jeff, I can't even log into Facebook and not see someone complaining about something. It's every single day. It is,
and it's, we're an uptight country right now. And I think it's, we almost don't have a rudder. We don't know where we're going. And so, yeah, you better laugh.
I just can't take it anymore. So for me, you're right. Any excuse that I have to watch stand-up or go to a show or go see a concert, obviously my job in radio gives me the opportunity to talk to people like yourself. So, yeah, it's that comic relief more than ever. It's 2016. At least until November, right? That's,
Yeah. Who knows what we may be building bunkers after that, but we will adapt.
That's right, we will. So obviously you've known Larry for a while. Are you at a point?
I think since 1986.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, 30 years.
So are you at a point now, Jeff, where you can just start riffing with this guy? Can he surprise you anymore? You've known each other for so long.
You know what? And it was funny because I'm in New York. I'm doing Jimmy Fallon tonight. And so I was hanging out with one of my old buddies, Vic Henley, who I also knew back in the day. In fact, he and I and Larry used to go to Larry would work at the Comedy Corner in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we'd all go to Braves spring training games together. But we were talking about how much we would sit around and just laugh and come up with jokes. In 1986, 30 years later, it's like every night at the end of the show, we bring the stools out and just do a Q&A with the audience. He's still making me laugh, which is, I say he's like the human fair. After 5 minutes, you're going to feel better about your own family. But he has that ability. Half the time, I can't look at him. And he just kind of, it's like almost the old Harvey Korman and Tim Conway thing, where, more than making the audience laugh, when I'm with him, it's like he's trying to make me laugh. And that's kind of his entertainment.
It's so nice to hear that you guys genuinely enjoy being with each other because, and I think that the audience obviously can identify that because sometimes you go to a show and you're wondering, are these guys...
Do they really... I think that's why the blue-collar thing works so well, is people could just tell we liked each other, and we liked hanging out with each other and making each other laugh. And it's genuine with me and Larry. He stays at my house. I stay at his house. we call each other, hoping not to get each other, so we can leave these long 5-minute answering machine messages, that are usually like, "Hey, Jubal, it's Jerry. I'm down at the auto parts store. Grab a pen. I got the number for you right here. That part you're looking for. It's 7. It's like L like in elephant. 2, 3, 4." And I will leave 5-minute messages for him, and just hoping to God, that he doesn't pick up the phone. So.
I love it. I love doing that to my friends as well. So, Jeff, you have done so much in your career from radio, which I love that you have such a great radio background, because that makes me feel like you appreciate radio as much as I do.
I love radio. Radio is much harder than TV, I think, because you don't have the advantage of, like with stand-up, with the little facial expressions or the pauses. Radio is a different animal, and so I've always loved radio.
So you go from stand-up to radio to writing books to television to hosting, acting. Is there something left for Jeff Foxworthy to try that you have not at this point, or that you would like to?
Well, I always like new things. I mean, I'm just interested in stuff. I mean, when I'm not working and I'm on my farm, and I'm telling my farm manager, teach me to run a front end loader. I want to learn how to do that, or let's go look for arrowheads. I'm always interested in things. If I could do one thing entertainment wise, I would like to do one serious role, and I don't even have to have a line, but I would like to be a cowboy on a horse and have somebody shoot me and fall to the ground. That would kind of be the cherry on top of the sundae.
If only we could go back in time. A year ago around this time, I was in Santa Fe for a wedding, and they were filming that Magnificent Seven remake.
Oh, my gosh, yeah, I would have loved to have been one of the guys that got shot.
Yeah, you could have been great at that.
Somebody going, that guy looked like Jeff Foxworthy.
Wouldn't that be the best kind of wrecking? Hey, was it Jeff? Were you in that? Yeah, that was me. Oh my!
Yeah, that was me. I was the guy that fell in the horse trough head first. That was me.
So obviously, when folks come to see yourself and Larry October 8th, Adler Theater, Davenport, they're going to expect to laugh. When it comes to making the rounds and doing the tours, do you find yourself adding material to the stand-up sets?
Oh yeah, I think. Because we're observers. That's kind of what we do, is just observe life. And so, yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's something that doesn't have a beginning or an end. I think when you're a comic, and you were right. I get to do a lot of things, but if anybody ever put a gun to my head and said, you got to pick one, you can only do one thing, it would always be stand-up. I just, my mom, a couple of weeks ago, I was in the airport, and I'm just called to check on my mom, and she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in the airport, headed out to do a show." And she goes, "Why do you still work so much?" and I said, "Because I love doing it. What else what am I going to do? I love doing this." So I feel like I'm one of the luckiest human beings alive.
Yeah, it's
30 years. I still love what I do.
It's great to hear that, and I think, like myself, even when I take time off, like I'm off this coming Monday, I won't know what to do with myself. You know?
You kind of I drive my wife crazy, because I'll think, I need a break, and after a week, she's looking at me going, "You need to go do a show."
Jeff, my wife says the same thing. What are you doing home so long? Can you go do something?
Please, good dear God, find something to do. So.
I'm in the same boat as you. I wonder, not to put you on the spot, but while I have you, I would be remiss if I didn't ask if you could give me you might be a redneck regarding the state of Iowa. Anything that comes to mind?
All right, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's kind of gotten to the point that people send me things they probably shouldn't tell their therapist about. And I'm almost positive it was Iowa, but I had somebody send into the website a picture they had taken, and underneath it said, "You might be a redneck if you can feed your chickens from the comfort of your living room." And it was their uncle. They had taken a picture of their uncle sitting in his recliner watching TV, and there's a hole in the floor, and he's throwing corn through the hole to feed the chickens that are running under the house. I'm like, you can't even make that up. You couldn't think of that in your wildest dreams.
And it is true that if you bring your chicken to the show in Davenport, Jeff Foxworthy will autograph it.
We'll autograph any chicken you bring.
Listen, on Netflix right now, we've been thinking Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy. You can see him in person, like I said, October 8th, Adler Theater in Davenport. Jeff Foxworthy, incredible conversation. I appreciate your time. Continue making us laugh, and I will personally see you guys in October, okay?
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me. Have a great weekend.
You too, pal. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.